For nearly half a century, one word has defined power in the skies: stealth. The idea of becoming a ghost, unseen, untouchable, yet lethal, has been the cornerstone of American air dominance. The concept is simple but devastating: to see your enemy without being seen, to strike before they even know they are being hunted. This advantage reshaped the very rules of aerial combat. But now, the world is beginning to ask a chilling question: what if the ghost can no longer hide? China, through its Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon, claims to have found the answer. A bold announcement suggests this stealth fighter has received a revolutionary radar upgrade. So advanced, so powerful, that it could expose even America's crown jewel, the F-35. Reports describe a detection range so vast it borders on science fiction. If these claims prove true, it could mark the single most disruptive shift in air power since stealth itself was born. To understand why this matters, we must step back and look at the world stealth created. When the F-117 Nighthawk appeared in the late 20th century, it was more than just a jet. It was the embodiment of invisibility. The B-2 Spirit bomber soon followed, capable of flying undetected over some of the world's most advanced defenses. Later, the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II elevated stealth into an everyday reality of modern air forces. These aircraft weren't just fighters or bombers. They were predators in a sky where conventional aircraft had no chance of surviving. Here's why. Traditional radar works by sending out waves of radio energy and waiting for the reflection. A regular fighter jet with large flat surfaces and metallic angles reflects those waves back like a mirror, lighting up radar screens for hundreds of kilometers. Stealth fighters flip this equation. Every curve, every edge, every material in their design is carefully engineered to scatter those waves away or absorb them altogether. Instead of appearing the size of a cargo plane, they register on radar as something no bigger than a bird, or sometimes nothing at all. This led to a brutal but simple truth: the first pilot to see the other wins the fight. Stealth gave the US an almost unfair advantage. A stealth jet could spot a conventional fighter long before being detected itself, fire a missile from a safe distance, and vanish without ever coming into range. In modern aerial combat, if you're the second one to see your enemy, you're already dead. This became the foundation of America's dominance in the skies. But China was not content to accept this balance of power. With the J-20 Mighty Dragon, Beijing sent a clear message: it would no longer allow the US to dominate the skies uncontested. The J-20 was designed to be more than just a stealth fighter. It was built to hunt down the high-value assets that sustain American air campaigns. Targets like refueling tankers, AWACS surveillance planes, and electronic warfare aircraft, the backbone of US air power. Destroy them, and you cripple America's ability to wage war in the skies. For years, the J-20 was powerful but predictable. Analysts debated its stealth quality, its agility, and its true combat capability. But everything changed in 2025, when rumors began to spread of a dramatic breakthrough. A team at Shandong University, led by Professor Xu Shangang, claimed to have developed silicon carbide-based chips that could triple the range of the J-20's AESA radar. Numbers as high as 600 or even 700 kilometers began circulating, a detection range unheard of for a fighter aircraft. So what makes this possible? A modern ASA radar, active electronically scanned array, relies on thousands of miniature transmit-receive modules working in unison. The power and efficiency of these modules determine how far and how clearly the radar can see. Silicon carbide, unlike older materials, tolerates much higher temperatures and allows far more energy to flow through each module. More energy means a stronger radar signal, and a stronger signal means the potential to see farther into the distance. But here's the catch. Could the J-20 truly detect an F-35 from 700 kilometers away? Almost certainly not. That figure is a theoretical maximum, most likely measured against a massive non-stealthy bomber under perfect conditions. Detecting something like an F-35, designed from the ground up to scatter and absorb radar waves, is a far more difficult challenge. At those ranges, the energy bouncing back from an F-35 would be virtually non-existent. Yet, we cannot dismiss this as pure exaggeration. Even if the actual increase is more modest, say from 200 kilometers to 300 or 350 kilometers, it changes the battlefield equation dramatically. In the chessboard of aerial combat, every extra kilometer of detection is priceless. An additional 100 kilometers of range could mean the difference between life and death, giving the J-20 pilot the seconds needed to fire first. And this is where the J-20's primary weapon comes into play, the PL-15 long-range missile. With its active radar seeker and advanced dual-stage motor capable of reigniting mid-flight, the PL-15 can maintain energy over astonishing distances. While some sources suggest a maximum range of 300 kilometers, most credible estimates place it at over 200 kilometers, still a dangerous advantage. Against the American AIM-120 AMRAAM, the workhorse of the F-35, the PL-15 appears to outrange its rival. The logic is chillingly simple. If the J-20 detects the F-35 first and its missile can reach farther, then the F-35 could be defeated before it ever closes the distance. But reality is more complicated. Long-range missile kills are notoriously difficult. The J-20 must maintain radar lock to guide its missile, giving the F-35 time to jam, evade, or break the missile's guidance. The farther the distance, the more time the target has to fight back. Even so, the balance of power shifts in China's favor. Yet the threat does not stop with the J-20 alone. To understand the true danger, we must look at the bigger picture: China's rapidly expanding integrated air defense network. At its heart are the so-called stealth killer radars. Unlike traditional high-frequency radars, these massive ground-based systems use low-frequency bands that stealth aircraft are less effective against. Systems like the JY-27A may not be precise enough to guide weapons directly, but they don't have to be. Their role is to act as enormous tripwires, scanning the skies, detecting the faint signatures of stealth jets, and passing that data to fighters like the J-20. The effect is profound. Instead of scanning an empty sky, a J-20 pilot can focus on a specific box in the air where a stealth aircraft has been detected. This fusion of low-frequency ground radar with high-frequency airborne radar creates a kill chain far more powerful than either system alone. The result? Stealth aircraft that once operated like ghosts are now being tracked like prey. This leads us to the ultimate question. Is stealth still the unmatched trump card it once was, or are we witnessing the decline of an era? The answer lies in the gray zone. Stealth is not dead, but its aura of invincibility is fading. The days when stealth alone guaranteed dominance are over. Modern warfare is evolving into a digital battlefield, where victory will depend not only on the jet's performance, but on the strength of the network that supports it. Data, sensors, electronic warfare, and processing power are now as vital as stealth shaping or radar absorbing paint. So, has China truly ended the age of stealth? Not exactly, but it has begun a dangerous new chapter. The skies of the future will not belong to the quietest aircraft, but to the side that can weave the smartest, most resilient web of sensors and weapons. The ghost is no longer invisible, and in this new era, the sky itself feels smaller, deadlier, and more contested than ever before.